folks, welcome back. I am big, overgrown, bloated Craig Shelton. Big Kentucky Fried Chicken eating. No, I'm not. I'm not Craig Shelton, folks. Craig had an emergency. He's fine. Everything's good to go with him. He's got some things he had to take care of. So, had to go to the bench. So I guess you can call me the big fat black Ryan Fitzpatrick. Richard Walker sitting in for Craig Shelton, flanking me to my left, soccer extraordinaire, the one and only Angelo Lawford. And the human.
Come on, man. No, don't
What?
get me started. No,
What?
No, because I already know. Go ahead. Go ahead.
The human highlighter right here, sitting next to me, the highlighter with dreads, is my man Damien Jolivette, my co-host on BTP Sports Radio on MJWJ Global Radio Network.
Never mind, man. I'm gonna let it ride this time. I promise I'm gonna let it ride.
So, folks, welcome back again. Thank you. We are now in the third segment. If you haven't done so, make sure you go to our website, check out HoustonMediaWatch.com. If you can't remember it, you can't figure it out, you don't know how to spell it, because I know some of you have reading comprehension problems. It's right over here. You see it right behind us? Yeah. Those letters, they mean something. HoustonMediaWatch.com. Go check it out. A lot of good information on there. We keep it live. We keep it fresh. We might have some new stuff for there tonight. So when we go off the air, get back on there and check it again. So, folks, we're going to jump right back into talking about Final Four. I want to give you an update. Right now, surprise, surprise, University of Connecticut is leading Florida 31-23 with 17 minutes and 56 seconds left in the second quarter. This could be, again, like I said, I can't really call this an upset. Florida was the clear favorite to win the national title. Honestly, by most going into the tournament. But I can't call this a quote-unquote upset. For UConn were to pull it out and advance to the finals. What are your thoughts, Angelo?
I agree. That's what makes the tournament one of the best sporting events, every year, is that expect the unexpected. I don't think there's a better event in sports here, especially this time of year. You have the NFL postseason and everything. But so it's nice to dial into this and see what the kids are doing. But yeah, I anything can happen at this stage. I mean, my bracket's busted, man. I had Wichita State winning the whole thing. So
Really?
Warren Buffett made it very clear that you're not getting any of my damn money. Forget about it. I had you hooked, line and sinker from the beginning. You were a sucker. You thought you were going to get my damn $1 billion. It just ain't going to happen. Too bad. Stay broke, take your ass back to work. D. Jolivette, what's your take on it?
The UConn-Florida game, that game could go either way, okay? I mean, clearly that's a great matchup. But Wisconsin was my surprise of being matched up against Kentucky because Kentucky's good every year, but those players, they end up going to the NBA after 1 year.
Right.
And so they're constantly on a rebuilding year. I've never seen a school have to rebuild so much.
Right.
But now Wisconsin with Frank Kaminsky, a big 7-footer who can put the ball on the floor and shoot the ball from everywhere, that's dangerous. When you have a guy that can dominate from that position, but now you have to think about Kentucky has more athletes.
Right.
But
athletes don't always
mean
win.
everything,
Yeah.
right?
Sometimes it's the team.
And they're young.
Right.
They're young.
But you have to think about this as well. Is Wisconsin like the San Antonio Spurs of the NCAA right now, with them just being fundamentally?
I think that's a great analogy, because when you look at the way that they're built,
they don't do anything flashy.
They don't do anything flashy.
Nothing.
They play sound, fundamental basketball. They win from inside out. They do the little things right. They're a great free throw shooting team. They don't take many perimeter shots, but when they do, they take their shot selection is great. They have great post offense. They transition well. Not the most athletic group of kids, but they do fairly decent.
I don't even think they dribble between their legs.
No. No. They probably, if they want to get flashy, maybe at practice, they'll do a reverse layup.
Pass.
They'll do a reverse layup.
I think one thing that I noticed going back to the San Antonio Spurs versus OKC, when they were down, they went to timeout and they had Greg Popovich mic'd up and he wasn't even discouraged that they were actually losing. He said it was okay to lose, but lose playing the right way.
Right.
And I think Wisconsin plays the right way.
Absolutely.
And so just to kind of use what D was saying, or DeBarge, or they both start.
Look, we all starting off on a bad road right now. Just hold DeBarge thing. Hold on, wait, pause.
It's not just me.
All right.
When you catch that profile view, you got the DeBarge thing going, man. You got the DeBargism going.
Not the fact that it looks like an Oreo on the screen right between two
You
dark
do.
people.
Right.
All right.
Let's
But that's
talk
all right,
real
I got
quick
y'all.
about the second matchup that's going to take place later on. We kind of led into that. Kentucky versus Wisconsin.
Right.
Very talented
Kaminsky.
Kentucky team. John Calipari, of course, legendary coach. You know,
Right.
His resume, you don't even have. You just say he's one of those guys. You just say his name,
It's just
and it's
like-
covered. Like I bet he didn't even have to pay the check when he goes to a restaurant. He probably just takes the damn receipt. He don't even run a credit card. He just write John Calipari. John Calipari. It's covered. He's that kind of guy.
You know, it's funny that you say that because I think when I think about college basketball, fundamentally, I think coach first. Coaches have the highest profile out of any other coach, I think, in sports, whether it's
Agreed.
amateur or pro.
Right.
So, yeah, it's just, well, if you want to call NCAA amateur, that's...
No, they
well,
soon to be paid athletes.
Underpaid professional.
Right.
There it is.
Or unpaid professional is what it should be.
Yeah,
But,
so
you know,
Calipari is,
absolutely.
I agree with that.
I agree that, from the perspective of coaching, there's not a single game that has more, where the coaches have more impact than NCAA basketball. NCAA football, coaches, let me say this. Coaches are more successful off the field than on because it's the coaches that recruit well in NCAA football that tend to typically win more often.
Nick Saban.
Nick Saban's, your
Nick Saban. Who else recruits very well?
Urban
Meyer,
Mac Brown did.
Mac Brown used to.
Yeah.
That because, well, I don't
Throwback
say
Mac Brown used to recruit well.
Right.
Kevin Sumlin.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Ever since Texas.
Yeah,
went to the SEC. Oh yeah.
since
that's
A&M, those are the
hands
guys
down.
that and before he came to the NFL with the Seahawks, Pete Carroll was a phenomenal recruiter,
Yeah,
which is why he had so much success and also slide little dollars on it.
Yeah. Oh, did you know that he got a 3-year extension this week though?
Yes, he did. Yes, he
got
did.
The 3-year extension.
But those, in college sports, in college football, it's all about the head coaches from a recruiting perspective. In college basketball, you could be the best damn recruiter on earth, but if you can't break those X's and O's down, and more importantly, if you can't get into the minds of those players and get them to buy into what you're doing, you're not going to win.
You know who's going to be a force within the next 2 years?
Who you?
Bruce Pearl.
Oh, absolutely.
Because Bruce Pearl, when I was in Tennessee, he came when I was there at Tennessee. Okay, that guy submerges himself into the community. Just this week, he was at the Pi Kappa Phi House for a charity event, and he got into the dunking booth.
Wow.
To the dunking booth. And they dunked him in the water. He loves that stuff. And when I was at Tennessee, he was the guy that was at the Lady Vols basketball games. He's like, I'm not sitting up there in the press box with all the other coaches. I'm sitting in the student section with my shirt off and I'm painted orange.
Right.
That's the type of guy he is. And so I look for Auburn because he makes himself tangible with the student body.
Right.
So I look for Auburn within the next couple of years to be successful on the basketball side.
It wouldn't surprise me at all because basically they followed the lead of the football program.
Right. Gene Chizik.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me at all. So we're going to dig right now, actually going to go back to some NFL. One of the big free agent transactions that took place this week was the release of, as I call him, the Predator, Chris Johnson, running back for the Tennessee Titans. Angelo, what's your take on Chris Johnson being released?
Man, you know what? I actually hope that for the best interest of his career, it's probably the best thing. Just he probably needed some fresh air, a change of scenery, so to speak. I don't know. There's a part of me that, even though some would say that he might have underachieved post big contract, that I still think somehow he was underutilized. If that makes sense.
How is that?
I just don't know if they. I mean, considering their lack of quarterback too, but I just don't.
So you're saying that Ryan Fitzpatrick is not a credible quarterback, Angelo? Are you gonna send me? Are you gonna send me in the Houston Texans fan mode?
No.
You're hating Angelo.
No.
Ryan Fitzpatrick is the best damn quarterback on earth. He's better than Warren Moon. He's better than Randall. I'm sorry.
Hey, if
had a Texas fan moment there.
No, but if you just look at his, I know he has a lot of touches, like even by way of receptions as well. But just as pure running back, I don't know if he got the touches that he should have as a pure running back post contract. And so I hope maybe he gets a fresh start where he might be featured more, profiled more, and so we'll see. It's going to be interesting to see where he goes, who he goes to, what kind of team thinks that they could absorb him personality-wise and contract-wise.
Is Chris Johnson still a elite running back? Is my question.
I don't. If you just look at the pure statistics, no. But I think he still has tread on the tire.
You think so?
Yeah, I think or gas in the tank or
Whatever
whatever
analogy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I still think he has some room to maybe turn back the clock a little bit and kind of have another 2 or 3 year burst.
Okay.
Considering.
What's your thoughts, Dave?
Well, he's not what he used to be. That is for sure. But now I'm thinking about the Titans and the organization itself, because as you know from being an offensive lineman yourself, that is the most, well, not the most, but it is the hardest position to get cohesive in order to get people to gel together. And when the Titans, what they've been doing the past few years is having linemen in and out hurt. You know, he hasn't been the same runner because linemen, they don't know how to block for him. When he rushed for those 2,000+ yards that one season, that was a line that was together for a while that knew how to block. It was like, okay, if I have my right eye closed, I know what this guy's going to do on my right side because I don't even have to think.
Right.
Now, when all mixing in of linemen and linemen being hurt, he had to do a lot of stuff for himself. It's just like being Barry Sanders all over again. Now, he's not the same type of running back at all.
No.
Injuries.
Not even close.
You know, and he's not worth the $8 million per year that he was, but it is what it is. He has a couple of years left, but he's not the same type of guy. He's a situational runner.
And that's kind of what I mean, because if you watch him and you look at what he did, like how many times he was actually how many times he was caught in the backfield, so to speak, a la Barry Sanders. I mean, that's why I think that he was kind of underutilized, because I just think that they understood that they didn't have the line talent to necessarily sustain what they have been doing. So I agree with DeBarge.
See, there it is. There's another DeBarge reference. And see, folks, we're laughing for a different reason, because Craig just walked in, and he's pulling a Richard Walker behind the scenes. Mimicking right now he's mimicking Big Richard Walker. You know, he hasn't managed to put on the extra 13 inches of height and the extra 150 pounds. You know, he got the chrome dome working. You know what I'm saying? The head shining. I got it's like
Cowboy season tickets in my pocket.
see he's got Cowboy season tickets in his pocket.
Boxers on.
Okay, so you know, hating from behind the camera is Craig Shelton, folks. And so Craig's gonna probably be joining us on the next segment. We're gonna run to a break. When we get back, we're going to talk about some more NFL free agency. We're also going to talk about some other issues that came up on me and the Jolivette show earlier in the week. So,
oh boy,
you're going to want to definitely put your seatbelt on and stay with this, folks. You're watching HMW Sports Talk Live. We'll be back in just a few.